Every so often, a laptop maker will come around, try to stir things up, try to shake up a very stale and boring environment. That's exactly what Razer's trying to do in the ultra portable category. Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is the review of Razer's new Razer Blade Stealth. It's a Kaby Lake processor, 12.5-inch QHD powerhouse. Let's find out if it has what it takes to compete in the ultra portable arena. Let's find out if it's a buy or a don't buy. Every so often, a company tries to shake things up in a stale industry or in a stale space. That's exactly what Razer's trying to do with the Razer Blade Stealth. Let's find out if its updated version with the Kaby Lake processor is a buy or a don't buy. Let's find out. What you get under the hood is the Intel Core i7-7500U Kaby Lake processor. That's a 7th generation Intel processor. Intel HD Graphics 620. Razer Core support, we'll talk more about that in the performance section. 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB SSD storage. It also starts at $999. It weighs only 2.84 pounds, is only 0.52 inches thick. With its 3-headed snake that illuminates neon green and its all aluminum exterior, this is one sleek, stealth, badass looking laptop. We would expect nothing less from Razer. I ordered this version from Razer. I did pay $999, but it is also available from Amazon. I'll put the links below for more information and where you can purchase it. It got here relatively quick in a matter of days after I purchased it, maybe 2 or 3 days, and it arrived in a very decent packaging. As you can see here, a little bit nondescript, but what you get in the box is your power supply. The power supply uses USB Type-C, and it is a braided cord that is less likely to snag and less likely to rip later on. Nice job, Razer, in the power supply and in the cord. Opening the box, you're greeted by some neon green on the outside, and there you see the Razer itself. We'll talk more about that in a moment. You get some documentation in the box as well as a sticker, as you see here, and a cleaning cloth, which you'll definitely need as this is a big fingerprint magnet. We'll talk more about that later. Here's some more documentation, and that's pretty much it. As far as ports, here's what you get. USB Type-C is where you'll charge your device and where you'd connect the Razer Core. We'll talk more about that later on. USB 3.1, your 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone jack, and here you have a microphone. Moving to the other side of the device, you find another USB 3.1, and you get a full-size HDMI port to connect to a monitor. Nice touch. And conspicuously missing is a SD card or micro SD card slot for storage expansion. The star of the show is its 12.5-inch display. It's a touch display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440. That's a QHD resolution. It gets bright at 335 nits, has 235 ppi, and has very good color accuracy at 115% sRGB. This is a stunning display, and it also is available in a UHD or 4K resolution. I can't wait to try that one out as well at some point in the future. If there was any negative about the display, it would have to be its rather thick bezels. I was a little bit surprised by them when I first saw it. Perhaps I got a little spoiled by the Dell XPS 13's edge-to-edge infinity display. Here I thought they could have fit a 13.3-inch display in the same space. But overall, it's an excellent display. As far as the keyboard is concerned, here's our take on it. As far as the key travel is concerned, it was a bit shallow at 0.87 millimeters of key travel. But surprisingly, I was able to type with accuracy, and overall I was comfortable with the keyboard despite its shallow key travel. But the big star of the show, in my opinion, is its Chroma keyboard, where you have individually backlit keys that change colors and patterns depending on the settings you put it. This keyboard is a real head turner as it really draws attention. When I took it out and about at coffee shops and in meetings at work, people just thought it was really cool. Now you do have full control over the Chroma keyboard through Razer's own Synapse software, which allows you to turn it off, change the settings, change the backlighting, change the pattern, or whatever you'd like. It's highly customizable. As far as the trackpad is concerned, we really liked it. It's a smooth glass style trackpad with a 4.1 by 2.5 inches, uses Synaptics technology, two-finger scrolling was a pleasure, and Windows 10 gestures worked very well. Overall, good job. So overall, the Chroma keyboard and the trackpad really worked well. Good job, Razer, in that department. As far as the sound is concerned, Razer uses Dolby Digital Plus and the speakers are located on either side of the keyboard. Let's take a look and a listen at our latest video to see how the sound is on this device. About a month ago, I unboxed and reviewed the Xiaomi Mi Notebook Air 12.5 version. That's the one with the Core M3 processor, 4 GB of RAM, and 128 GB SSD. It quickly became my go-to thin and light laptop when I'm on the go. I really do like it. Well, I'm very excited to bring to you today Xiaomi's new one, the 13.3 version that has the Core i5, 8 GB of RAM, 256 gigs of SSD storage, and a dedicated NVIDIA GPU. Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is the review of the Xiaomi Mi Notebook Air 13.3. Let's find out if it's a buy or a don't buy. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a big fan of the I was really impressed by these speakers as how loud they got. It had a good bass, and the Dolby Digital Audio really made a difference. They even have an app that allows you to change some of the equalizer settings. The HD camera on the front is okay. It worked pretty well, and even in low light situations, not bad at 1920 by 1080. Good for Skype and video conferencing in a pinch. But where this device really shines is in its performance. On the Geekbench 4.0 test, it did a 7928 on the multi-core score, extremely good score over its Skylake predecessor. Its Intel HD Graphics 620 did a 19,332 on the API score, again, stepped up performance over the Intel Graphics 520. As far as the SSD is concerned, it uses a Samsung SSD. It uses a NVMe Samsung SSD, and here's how it did on the Crystal Disk Mark scores. It did very well on the read with a 990.4 and a 157 on the write, a somewhat disappointing score considering how good the read score was. But overall, it was a very fast SSD. It runs Windows 10 Home, has 8 GB of RAM, and runs the latest 7th generation Intel Core i7 7500U processor. That's Kaby Lake. As far as wireless is concerned, it uses Bluetooth 4.0 and has what is called killer wireless. Really excellent wireless reception. Good job on the killer wireless. On the Octane 2.0 score, it did a 35,184, much better than its predecessor, the Skylake version. Overall, good job on the performance. I will be doing a special video on gaming and on the thermals in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. But speaking of gaming and higher end production, you can get the Razer Core. It's $499, connects via USB Type-C, and you can get $100 off at $399 with the purchase of the Razer Blade Stealth. You choose your own graphics card, and you can have this as a really high-end gaming system and a 4K editing powerhouse if you want to. As far as battery life is concerned, here's the deal. With minimum brightness and wireless LAN off, it did 9 hours and 20 minutes. Wi-Fi surfing with the Edge browser did 6 hours and 36 minutes. Watching a movie 1080p at H.264 did 7 hours and 2 minutes. And under heavy load, it did 3 hours and 9 minutes. That's with maximum brightness and higher end performance. Overall, decent job on the battery life, especially over its predecessor. So overall, is the Razer Blade Stealth worth it? Is it a buy or a don't buy with its starting price of $999? And the answer is yes. Here's what I like. First, I like its bright QHD touch display, its sleek looks, its great performance out of its Kaby Lake 7th generation processor, great speakers, decent battery life, Razer Core support, and I love its multicolored Chroma keyboard. And I like its starting price at $999. But not all is rosy with this device. There are a few things, nothing major, that I don't like about this device. First, I don't like the fact that it has only 0.87 millimeters of key travel. Not a deal breaker, and overall the keyboard was good, but I felt that it was a bit shallow. I also felt that it was missing an SD or micro SD card slot, especially since I think it had the room to put one in. And I thought the bezels were a bit thick around the screen, especially when using the Dell XPS 13's Infinity Edge display. I got spoiled with those minimal bezels. But overall, that's about as far as the negatives go. I think this is one of the best devices you can buy, starting at $999 with a Core i7's Kaby Lake processor with great performance, great build quality, that flashy chroma keyboard, and overall sleek looks. This is a definite buy, and that's why I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So what do you think about the Razer Blade Stealth with its Kaby Lake processor, QHD display, with its 8 gigabytes of RAM and only 128 gigs to start with? Is that something that might be prohibiting you, especially since it doesn't have an SD card slot? But I really do like it. I think its starting price at $999 is a real nice entry-level price, especially for the fact that you're getting a Core i7 7500U variant Kaby Lake processor. You saw by the numbers, by the Crystal Diskmark scores, and by the Geekbench test, you saw how well it did. So I think this is a winner. I'm curious to know what you think. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this. Is this something you've picked up? Are you interested in this? Are you interested in seeing my gaming video where I go through some of the gaming capabilities of this laptop? And what do you think about the Razer Core using the USB Type-C on this device to connect to a desktop-like graphics processor? Is that something you're also interested in? Let me know in the comment section below. I am curious to see what you think. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you want me to review. Let me know and I will try to make that happen. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.